things that your creative writing skill, okay? Okay, let me show you my creative writing skills books. Okay, I think you're the first few person. This will be my cover for my fourth book. All these pictures are drawn by my student, my ex-student actually. Okay, she just graduated last year. It's been with me for 5 years, 5, 6, 7, 6 years, 5 or 6 years. Okay, so what I want to share with you, Kanya, is that in all the writing, excuse me, still having cough, not really fully recovered. So while waiting for Hanling, then you just hold on for a while, okay? So I believe you send a letter or email to your teacher already. Can you?
No, I haven't started writing because this week I was focusing a bit on my WA and stuff. But I'll get it started like around this week.
Oh,
starting because my WA just started this week having like 3 subjects, so I just focus on that first.
Very good. Yeah. I don't wonder I didn't receive your email. I thought what happened.
Chen, you might need to wait probably a week to 2.
No problem.
Because now it's like the WA week, the exam week, so slowly. Especially math, the subject you hate the most.
Yeah, because I thought maybe you forgot to send to me, or I thought you read through already. I think no need to send to Uncle Raymond. I just forward to the teachers.
Nah, I will send it to you lah. I'll send it to you to confirm it first.
Okay.
Make sure the English isn't the very jialat one.
Very
readable one.
Presentable lah.
Presentable, yeah. Okay.
Right. So you just take a while and send to Hanling. So Kang Yao. So for my essay, every teacher's got their own techniques and style to help their students, right? So I believe in your school, your teacher will have say, hey, Kang Yao, please follow this like PEL or some like Sailor Moon, or some acronyms to help you to understand the essay better. So mine is very straightforward. Mine is called SMART. Okay, whether you're writing an argumentative or expository, explanatory, or discursive, or narrative, or descriptive, anything, you will use SMART. Okay, very simple. Whatever you set up, there will be a setting. Whatever you come to a scenario setting. Okay, so for example, war and clothing. You should have a setting, correct? You must have a setting. And once you have a setting, you must have the main characters, which is the protagonist and antagonist. You must have both the good guys and the bad guys. Right, correct. Just like, for example, you don't do history, right?
Yes, I do history.
Yeah, Sec 3, right?
No, Sec 2.
Sec 2, okay. Sorry, okay, Sec 2, of course, history. I thought it's Sec 3. So history now, what you're studying?
The riots.
The Maria Hartog and the Hotly Bars.
Yeah.
So boring. Very boring, right?
Yes.
Yes, super boring.
I read that, and honestly, it was one of the boring one. It's like, wait, if I'm not wrong, the story is about how a girl was separated from her.
Yeah, from the biological parents.
And then they wanted the custody back, but then they didn't, and then after they riot, right?
Yeah, because
I'm not wrong.
Because the Maria was adopted by the Malays couples, so it becomes so-called a Muslim. Then later, when the biological parents took her over, then she go and knelt down to pray to Mother Mary, which is Catholic Church. So wow, they're not happy. How can be this? But don't forget, during the war, he was being adopted. But after that, when the peace came in, the parents took over, which is 天公地道, is rightfully they have to go back to biological. But I know in the story that Maria don't want to go back. But under the law, you see, at that time it's already a root racist. So you see, Kang Yao, from that small little incident that we talk about Maria Hartog, we have the setting, right? Setting 就是在新加坡，对吧? The place. Then we have characters. So who is the bad guy? Is it the biological parents, or is it the Malay couple who adopt Maria, or Maria herself is a bad guy or good guy? Or is it the judge who make a decision? Or is it the people who stir up the riots, you know? So what kind of atmosphere? So you have to create the atmosphere. The atmosphere can be good, bad, ugly, nervous, exciting, interesting, nerve-wracking, whatever it is, that's the atmosphere. Now rhythm, okay, Kanya, rhythm is paragraphing. Paragraph 1, 2, 3, that's the rhythm of story, the climax. That means you have the introductions, idea 1, idea 2, idea 3, and finally your conclusions. You may ask, so how many paragraphs must I write for my creative writing essay for my O-level exam, right? You may ask. So there's no hard and fast rule whether it must be 6 or 7. Ideally, maximum, if I can tell you, would be not more than 7 or 8 paragraphs. Okay, minimum will be 5 paragraphs. Please, you are going to be higher level. So when you go for your A level, even your university, you are going to write more and more paragraphs. So that is the rhythm. How many paragraphs are you writing? Last one is the title. So you must make sure the SMAR, all these 4 things, okay, meet the requirement of the title. So, Kang Yao, if I'm writing an essay about, say, a haunted house, okay, what kind of setting would that be?
It'll be like the suspense.
Okay, where would the setting? Let's say 你是导演啊.
Yeah.
So haunted castle, okay, in England. Okay, example, the haunted castle in Liverpool, Liverpool. Okay, so where would the setting be?
The setting will be at the castle.
Okay, very good. What else?
And at London.
Where, England,
England.
Liverpool, right? That's the setting, correct now. Okay,
Yes.
so what kind of castle would that be?
A haunted
But how
castle.
do you know it's a haunted? Maybe you can say it's a 200 years old castle, okay? 200 years old castle, or 300 years, or maybe more than 500 years old castle. So that castle is really run down already, correct? Like got spider web, you know, all the funny things, the smell, all those smell things, and okay, that's the setting already. That's the place. So the main characters, how are you going to bring about the main characters to that castle? You maximum 5 to 6 characters, huh?
Maybe those people who in like go to those
paranoia, something like paranoia investigator or something.
like ghost hunters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like Ghostbuster, right? Who are you going to call? You watch the movie now.
Yes.
You know the part 1 is the old one, my version, my generation. That one is much better than the new one. The new one, and then you got another one is the girl one, that ladies one. Okay, so okay. So the Ghostbuster. So the main character is the Ghostbuster who want to go there and capture some ghosts, or maybe got one of the grandson. Out of blue, they say he received a letter from some law firm saying that the great grandfather left a will to this grandson. So this grandson is either he has to destroy the castle, give way to new buildings, or he has to maintain the castle to be one of the tourist attractions. Okay, something like that. Then of course the grandson and the 2 Ghostbusters go in and check it out. So there are 3 good guys already, right? So you need bad guy, correct now?
Yes.
So the bad guy can be actually they are not ghosts, but they 弄成什么帮什么like making the whole place are very haunted. To have a ghostly figure there. There's a Chinese saying 弄什么帮什么鬼啊？弄成什么？Just they want to become I can't forget the Chinese word already. So they go and create the place to be haunted to scare off people not to come in. So after that, the 2 bad guys, that means the couples are maybe the couples that have been staying there in the castle for donkey years because they are homeless. So finally they found a castle there, and maybe who knows, you can say that there's really a ghost. But this ghost is a friendly ghost. That is a great grandfather. Okay. Then the grandson went to the castle and decided to look through it and find out, hey, there's nothing suspicious, but first night when they sleep, they feel a bit not right, but still okay. Then second night, the things come again. Then the third night, more interesting coming. So later they found out it was actually a scam or hoax that these are the couple, not actual ghosts. But true enough, there was a ghost that is a great grandfather's. who appear in front of him and say that my great-great-grandson, are you sure you want to destroy this castle or build something like that? That's an atmosphere already. He create the kind of atmosphere that let the readers to go from paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, and finally, the title is called The Haunted Castle in Liverpool. So the last conclusion, what have you learned? So every time, whether you're writing argumentative, any essay, any essay, the conclusion must have a good ending. What have you learned from this story? If you watch any movie, okay, they will always have a good ending. Agree?
Yes.
Why? Why must they have a good ending?
So there's like a proper resolution to it.
Oh, wow. I like that word. But you see, next time when you tell your son a story, what you want your son to learn from the story? Let's say Pinocchio. You know it's Pinocchio.
Yes.
What you want the moral of the story that your 双胞胎, 龙凤胎, that means your twins which is one boy and one girl. What you want to tell to the both of them about the story, the moral story at the conclusions of Pinocchio?
Is to not to lie.
Not to lie, right? So now, you're not gonna tell children, you see, because Pinocchio lie, their nose grow long, so you must tell more lie. Okay? Cannot tell the truth. So the moral of the story, the more lie you tell, you will look like Pinocchio. Of course, it's wrong, right? You bring out the wrong message. So what is the story about the three little pig and the big bad wolf?
It's about hard work.
How?
Because the first pig built the house out of hay. The second pig is twigs, but the wolf blew it down effortlessly. But the third pig stayed up very long to build the house made of bricks.
So
and,
you really so carry on, sorry.
And it withstand the wolf's blows.
Yeah. So you see, you realize the three little pigs also got 5 characters, right? The 3 little pigs, the mommy pig, and the big bad wolf, correct? So the mommy is the one who tell children, now you are grown up already, you have to go and find your own house and build your own house. You must be independent. Okay. Then the atmosphere comes in. The introduction is the mommy tell the 3 pigs. Then the second paragraph is the elder pig makes the house in hay. Then the third paragraph by twigs. Then the fourth paragraph by the youngest pig that make the house with stone and rocks and bricks and very firm and with a chimney. And then finally the big bad wolf, the 2 brothers went to the youngest brother house and then ask for help. And then the big bad wolf blow the house, cannot blow, then go out to the chimney and come down, that kind of stuff. So what is the moral of the story is that, you see, don't take life shortcut, take life seriously. Whatever your parents tell you, you need to hear their advice. You cannot be just like, okay, your advice is 老套. Oh my goodness, backdated one. No I don't want to follow your stuff. Okay, so that is what is smart SMART. Okay, if you can write down here, because it will definitely help you. This, you see, look at this one, copyright 2010. Were you born at that time?
No.
When you born?
2009.
Oh, you 1 year earlier.
Yeah.
So you're only 1 year old. Can you imagine? And anyway, this smart, I've been using it before 2009. I already used it somewhere in I think 1995 already. My eldest son was born in 1995. So way back before 1995, I've been using this smart already. Okay, just like later I'll show you, okay? It's using smart, okay? So it has been using for many generations. Many students have been using this method, okay? So just take note, smart. So this is the one. Okay, Han Ling, welcome. Hi, hello. All right, so we go back to the lesson plan here. Now, you see, when you're writing this essay, whatever essay you're going to write, I hope that 3 of you later, when you're writing it, please use your free spot as many as you can. Now, the fables, like the story of the hen and the tortoise for 4 parts for my story here, and how an eagle, the twins eagle, one is a chicken eagle and one is a brave eagle, and becomes the chicken eagle become a real eagle. That is a fable, a story, how to teach people to have non-negative, have more positive, and make sure that these fables will kind of inspire and give you motivation. That's fables. So Kang Yao, every time when you start the essay, it's good to have a fables. So for example, if the title is called honest, 诚实, right? Okay, let's hear from the 2 of them. Okay, Kang Yao, hold on. Han-Ling and Tian Yu, how do you start a fables using this paragraph honors, using this essay honors?
Wait, what's the topic? Honesty.
诚实 honesty.
Probably some famous saying about, I don't know, like
How do you start your introduction?
probably like a quote about honesty.
Okay, how? Maybe you just give Kang Yao some head start 嘛，对不对？ I know the both of you have been doing until sian already, favors.
Sure, I think I know, but my code might not be right. So I will say something like, in one of Mr. Beast's recent video, he quoted honesty does pay off, if I'm not wrong.
Huh? Sorry?
Okay, not recent, but you watch his age 1 to 105 for like the money.
No, what did he say? Honesty is what?
Honesty is pays off or something like that. I can go find it, but he said something
Never
about
mind.
that.
Okay. So there's a statement. So what got to do with this statement about honesty? Yeah.
That if you are very honest in your life, it will pay off. It will pay off in the future.
Being honest now, you'll pay off in the future. That's what my grandfather always tell me in life. Thank you, Tian Yu. How about Han-Ling?
To err is human, to forgive is divine. Being honest will bring you a lot more benefits compared to being dishonest and trying to get what you want that way.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Kang Yao, you heard that right. To err is human, to do what?
Forgive is divine.
Forgive is divine. Okay. So this is something like to start off with favors to, you see, you realize, Kang Yao, if everyone start, yes, I agree, honesty is good because I feel honesty is supposed to be inside our blood. Yes, honesty is good because being an honest person will bring you better life. You see, Kang Yao, imagine a teacher. You mark this kind of essay also sian. Oh my God, same old thing. But something start out with a favors will kind of brighten your essay, will be differentiate the rest. True not? Definitely right. You make you feel difference. You make you feel that, oh wow, it's something great, it's something that 别出心裁啊, it's very special, right? Okay. So what is Facebook? Okay, Kang Yao. If you are in your school, if you happen to see someone tell you about Facebook, that means confirm that guy is that girl is my student. So favors, Facebook, idioms, similes, proverbs, occupation, and places. These are the 2, 4, 6, the 6 group friend that can make your essay more vibrant, more interesting, more exciting. And like last week I told you, right, Kang Yao, your mommy birthday, right? Buy a birthday cake. You are? This is something that kind of concept to brighten out the entire essay using Facebook. Okay. So now, of course, from here, so what did you learn from today's lesson? Apply the skill immediately and write down 2 things that you are interested in. Okay. Okay, let's go to an article. I know you may not use it for the time being, Kang Yao. So article writing is like a newspaper article. I finally managed to find my notes. Last week the note is not good enough. So for example, a newspaper article is something like that. The headline, just like SMART, Kang Yao. You must have the setting, you must have the atmosphere, you must have the main characters, you must have the reader paragraphing. So this is how it looks like for newspaper articles for some of them. So you have the headline, the title of the newspaper report, then the program launch, and then by who, the writer, and then the content, you write down all this here. So a newspaper article are typically recounts of event that's already taken place. So it is usual that in such an article to include what was said by other people. It is important that our student like you know the ecological footprints they create on a daily basis. Say Amanda, the principal of Lakeside. So this is something like that. To start off, to create the atmosphere to hook the student want to read the article. So like this one, you see, climate change title, you see, right? So you see, SMART, the T stand for the title. Who is the main characters? Then 2 million years ago, the Earth atmosphere. So it create a setting, right? And then also of main characters, how you bring it. And how is the rhythm? Next paragraph. They'll talk about next paragraph. Second paragraph, third paragraph, and finally conclusions. Okay, so this is an example. So article writing format is for O level. Then you can read to the class, please. If you want.
Okay. If you want to know how to write an amazing article, you'll love these notes I'm about to share with you. So if you want to ace your O-level English exam, keep reading. But first of all, let me tell you that article writing is a piece of content that is published for a large audience. We can divide this into two subtopics: magazine article and newspaper article.
So what is the difference? Hold on. A magazine article, of course, is inside the magazine. And sometimes they may have limited pages. In fact, magazine articles sometimes will limit you to a very small column, or maybe just about 1,000 words, that kind of stuff. Or newspaper article depends also. It depends on what kind of article you're writing about, sports or politics or entertainments or politicals or whatever it is. So they also restrict you a certain number of words. Let's go. Can you carry on?
Okay. But the basic format of writing each part is the same. Each of them is the same. You should remember that this question is part of a direct writing paper 1 for GCE O-level English. However, the format and sample I'm about to share with you will satisfy the needs. Generally, this topic.
Okay, so let's dive into the topic without further introductions. First of all, the table of content, the format article. So remember how Kang Yao, I taught you just now, right? The setting, the main characters, the atmosphere, the rhythm, the title. Just remember these 5. Okay, you can do the work with you. Of course, you have your ex-teacher's method, or your present teacher's method, or your last time your tutor methods. Please don't throw them away. You can still compare. The more ideas, the more formats. You might sometimes think, Uncle Raymond, so many formats, so many ideas. I don't know you use which one. Don't worry. In fact, you should be thank God you have more ideas and more format to later on, Kang Yao, you may come out your own ideas. Seriously. Never complain, say, wow, 老师给我这么多 formula, 老师给我这么. You see, if people want to give you more of this idea, means they want you to improve. They want you to be good. They want you to make sure that you can pass this idea to more people. If someone say, give Kang Yao, forget it, that guy don't want a stupid boy one, lousy boy, I don't want to give him, you see. But if you say, give Kang Yao, hey, good, that's a good idea. I think he will help to improve it. Maybe he can fine-tune our ideas. Let's check out with him. No, seriously. Okay? Do you see teacher talk to you like that in school?
No.
Why? Hanling also don't have. Kenny also don't have.
Say again?
You mean there are no teacher to talk to you about
About what? About what?
Talk to you or praise you.
For what?
For your hard work, or well done, Tianyu. Good job, you know. You deserve the best. We shall look into it and help you. Things
No.
like that.
No.
No. You mean
Yeah.
coming out from primary 1 until now, no teacher praise you? Cannot be there.
No.
No.
Oh, that one they have. But I'm saying for secondary school, barely.
Kang Yao also.
It's the teacher doesn't praise like that. Well, like maybe the teacher will say, "Oh, good job."
You mean your teacher in school don't go to you, hey, yo, high five, man? They don't
No.
do that?
No.
They don't do that kind of the blacks in the American the basketball. They do all the tung, like that.
No.
Okay. That is Uncle Raymond. I do that with my students. Okay. I do that kind of funny handshakes and things like that. Okay. So let's go through a format of article writing, sample article, examiner feedback, and practice questions. So let's go to final thoughts. How are you going to look at it?
Do I
Okay,
continue?
sorry.
Do I continue reading or what?
Yeah. Format of article writing.
Format of article writing. Once you know the topic on which you have to write, you can use the format below to start and write an amazing article. Start by using heading and title, which is heading, and byline, which is the name of the writer.
Remember, when you're doing article, the 3 of you, especially Hanling and Tianyu, I'm very worried next year during your O-level examinations. They might crazy come up article and good luck now. Your teacher must help teach you. They cannot say skip this one. If exam come out, good luck to you. Do not know what is the title and byline. Good luck. Okay, carry on.
No, you can also write written by, but byline is preferred. Then first paragraph is introduction. Second paragraph is first content point. Third paragraph is second content point. Fourth paragraph is third content point. Fifth paragraph is conclusion. If you're confused about what exactly these are these content point, you will understand them later. I'll share when I share an example with you. But no, for now, these are the bullet points that are given in the question.
So Kang Yao, you see, this is from MOE. From the MOE side one. Okay, MOE, example, article sample format. So you can tell 5 paragraphs. For goodness sake, from now on, I don't care whether you're set 1, set 2, or set 3. You are no more primary school. Primary school only 2 or 3 paragraphs, only 120 words and 150 words. So boring. But now you are preparing yourself, Kang Yao, not for set 2, right? You're preparing not for set 3, right? You're not preparing for set 4. You're preparing for university. A university have to write 5 to 10,000 words. You know that? So now you have to start. Yeah, so now you have to start to prepare to write more. The more you write, you improve the way of your structures of English and your content, the items. Let's go. Next paragraph. Continue.
Now let's take a look at each of these above points in detail now. Title / heading. This is the most important part of your article. Why? This is because if you write a catching heading that grabs the attention of your reader, you're on the right path. But how can you write a good heading?
You hold on, hold on for a while. Okay. So how do you get a catchy heading? That is something that we're going to look at it later on. So for example, the 3 of you, if let's say you have a restaurant, okay, how do you have a catchy article in front of your restaurant that make customer to come to your restaurant? So let's say we are selling Western food, okay, all of us selling Western food. How are you going? For example, if I'm selling fish and chip, only fish and chip, no other items. Come and have a fishy meal with us, something like that, okay? A catchy phrase. Come and have a fishy meal with us. So are you fishy enough to eat our fishy meal? Okay, well, sounds very fishy. So how are you going to write an article to attract people to come and patronize your restaurant? Back to the 3 of you. Let's go. Okay.
Is there a certain subject when you focus on the region, or do we just need to come up with a heading?
Yes, an article heading like just now, come and have a fishy meal with us. Okay, so I'm opening a fish and chip restaurant, so I want to have a say. Are you fishy enough to taste our fishy meal? Something like that. Just a simple, a catchy heading. That to grab the attention. Okay, so think about it. Tell you, what is yours?
I'll say something. If this is a spicy potato chip brand, I'll say something. Are you daring enough to try this?
Are you spicy enough to try to taste it? Something like that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you. How about you? The 2 of you?
Like a swimming clothing store.
Swimming
Fit
clothing.
in and dip in. Yeah, swimming clothing, fit in and dip in.
That's a good one. Fit in and dip in. Oh, I would rather add one more. Fit in and dip in, have fun. Have fun. How about you, Kang Yao? So one is carrying the swimming product. The other one is and what is your product? I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Chips.
Ah, chips. Yeah.
Wait, can I also do chips?
Yeah, sure.
I hope you find our products appealing.
Oh, okay. Ken, I hope you find our chips appealing. Okay, yeah, so chipsy, something like that. Okay, thank you. Let me tell you how to write a wonderful heading step by step. Back to you, honey. Honey, are you okay? Oh, you're eating, Okay, never mind. Kang Yao, you read first.
Let me know let me tell you how to write a wonderful heading step by step. Understand the topic. This is the first thing you have to do. Read the question carefully and find out what the examiner wants from you. When you know what to write about, move on to the next step, which is to understand your audience. Audience. The question will clearly tell you what your audience is, the people you're writing to. Your audience,
your target audience
will help you write a good title because your headline can perfectly target the emotions of your readers.
Precisely. So for example, fit in and dip in and fun. Obviously, these are people who are interested in swimming. So are you spicy enough to taste our chips? So this is target audience are people who love spicy stuff. Confirm, Kang Yao. If you put this kind of article in front of a restaurant, I will never come and eat your chips because I cannot, 我不会吃辣。So 那些麻辣豆腐还是麻辣那种东西啊 the hot spicy one, I cannot take it on. Definitely it's out for me. So something I like sweet and not so bitter. Of course, a bit bitter, I still can take it. Like spicy and hot is confirmed. I will not eat it. So that's the target audience. Remember, you're writing, this one is a situation writing. So you need to know what is your role. You are a reporter. Who is the target audience? What kind of format? The format is an article. So what kind of tone do you like to do? The tone, of course, is encouraging. And what kind of situation are you going to put it inside the article to allow them to use it? Now, carry on and let me know. Carry on.
And let me tell you the targeting emotions can be a really good technique to write great headings, but not always. With this, it is time to move on to the next tip, which is to use power words. Use power words. Power words, as the name suggests, are those words that persuade people to read your content, article in the case. Some of the power words you can use in your titles are profound for happiness, unforgettable for memorability, basic for simplicity, thrilling for excitement, etc.
Yeah, so you see, the power words is like some words that is bombastic enough or no need to be very powerful, but some words, are you game enough? The word game. Are you ready for the challenge? That kind of words, like kind of appears pleasing, and it's the same time appeal for you to see whether are you enticed to the articles or enticed what I'm going to tell you, or enticed whether you want to take part in the marathon, triathlons, or some Spartans race or something like that. So it's very important to hook the audience to come in to make sure that they are willing to read your article. Oh my gosh. Come. Everything reads okay. Hanling, are you able to read now?
The first paragraph, introduction of your writing, matters a lot. And let me tell you, writing an introduction is not difficult at all. In the introduction, you have to do the following. Thank your audience for their response to your previous article. Mention the purpose for your writing. Why are you writing? Moving on, the body of your article comprises of 3 paragraphs.
Okay, so let's see. So the introduction is very important. Why? Why the introduction is important? Because you want to make sure that thank you for reading my previous article. And now welcome back to the new article that we're going to share with you about what is the favorite of chips or the history of chips and why this chip is so spicy that people has been queuing up for days for it. Okay, while stock lasts. So this is something to mention that why you want to talk about the chips. Maybe you can say that, you know, tomorrow is a racial harmony days, right? So we want to write an article about racial harmony. So do you think it's right to use Maria Hartog as your header, or the Hotly Bus as a header, or the racial riots as a header, or even you want to use other riots in other parts of the world to entice them to make sure that they are racial harmony? Okay. But how? Let's go. What are you doing now? Sorry. Oh, no, I'm not talking. Come, Ling, your turn. But how?
But how? Let me tell you. You'll make one paragraph for each content point. The point will be covered. It is given the question. Since you have 3 content points, you'll make 3 paragraphs. Remember that this is the most important part of your writing. Therefore, try to provide relevant information. This is because articles are meant to be relevant and concise. Conclusion. This is the final part of your article. Here, you have to do the following. Ask your audience to give feedback and thank them for reading your work. You can also reinstate the purpose of your writing, but you have mentioned that in the introduction, I recommend preventing. This is because you have to prevent repetition in your work. And as I mentioned earlier, keep your article brief and to the point. Note that in conclusion, it is very important to provide a sense of closure.
Okay, ask your audience. Okay, before that, you must know what kind of information to put your 3 points to cover the points. Why the chip is so tasty? What is where the chip come from? How much do you get the chip? Buy the chips or where you get it? The history of chips and things like that. Then the conclusions, you thank your audience and tell them after reviewing our chips, or you come down to a restaurant, they feel and taste the chip, give us some feedback. Thank you for reading this article. I hope to hear from you soon. Any feedback, please respond to the below email address and things like that. So this is to help you to ensure that not only prevent repetitions in your work, but of course, each paragraph of Kang Liao has their own uniqueness. So do not mix. Introduction is to welcome. Then the next, 2nd and 3rd, 4th paragraph is to bring out your ideas. Then the conclusion is to sum up what you're going to say and hope that the readers will respond to this article, feedback your article, or maybe give some ideas or two in the future articles. And so this one is different already. Yeah? We'll talk about it next time. Okay. So now let's go back to the actual article that we are going to do now. So Tianyu and Ha-Ling has done this. Right? You are a reporter on the newspaper article. Write about the difference between war and cloning, the Singapore Times. So now this is the name, that is byline. So the title, we have not come out a title yet. So we hold on to the title. Our title is this one. The title is this one. A man with 1,000 guns, or 1,000 men with a gun. That is your title, right? Then you start off your introduction. Ha-Ling, let's go.
Do I read the title too or no?
Together, come.
Title: A man with 1,000 guns or 1,000 men with a gun. Introduction: An army marching towards you menacingly. All their faces are the same, stone cold. They're all the same person at heart, but what about in skin and bones?
A bit short for your introductions. Let's go. Can you?
Title: War versus Cloning. Introduction: A man with 1,000 gun or 1,000 men with a gun. This will be one interesting battle. One with the knowledge of guns, for the other with the knowledge of killing. Okay,
so these are simple introductions. For the both of you, is that besides Kang Yao. So Kang Yao, please come up introductions and a title, while the rest of you will talk about war. Okay, give me a minute. Sorry, I went to throw out my flames. Too much flame. Okay, so what you need to do now, Han Ling and Tian Yu, you have to continue for the war. Like I say, the introduction is too short, but okay, for Zoom, we don't spend too much time, just give you an idea. So Kang Yao, you have to come out your introduction and the title as well as the war. Okay, let's talk about this one later, then we fill up first, the last part of the day. So you can see this article here, big and good, okay, about this war. Big, big title. Okay, so these are the one. Okay. So you can see all these title, and then the content. You can see the first paragraph, second paragraph, third, continue, and then even the third paragraph also got title. Okay, let's go through Zoom. You see, city in uproar. Okay, so there are some civilians order off streets. Hours of attack. Anti-aircraft guns in actions. Okay, so you can see this article here. Thank you. All right, so this is just a very, very real article on 1941, December 7. Wow, the newspaper only cost 5 cents. Oh, the newspaper only cost 5 cents, so cheap at that time. Okay, so we stop here right that day. So what are the potential applications of cloned animals? So back to you. Can you?
What are the potential application of cloned animals? Reproductive cloning may enable researchers to make copies of animals with the potential benefit for the field of medicine and agriculture.
So it's good, So that means cloning. Later you're going to write your this article, war cloning impact and effects. Let me remind you. So whatever we are reading now is going to link to what we're going to write later on. War cloning effect and impact. So end up, Kang Yao, it becomes like an article like that. But we categorize like what you did just like what you see this one here, right? The title here, like that, this one, okay? Everyone?
For instance, the same Scottish researcher who cloned Danny have cloned other sheep that have been genetically modified to produce milk that contains a human protein acid essential for blood clotting. The hope is that someday this protein can be purified from the milk and given to humans whose blood does not clot properly. Another possible use of cloned animals is for testing new drugs and treatment strategies. The great advantage of using cloned animals for drug testing is that they are all genetically identical, which means their responses to drugs should be uniform rather than variable as seen in animals with different genetic makeups.
So that means when you are cloning a sheep or cloning any animals, both of them must have the same DNA, both of them must be exactly the same. That means when they're testing on one drug or one of the original and the cloning one, both of them must have the same effect. They cannot have one got effect, one don't have. So that's the testing of the drugs to see. By doing that, will this drug only affect whatever part of the bodies or affect just only the original shape or not the clone shape, or both will affect, to see how it works. Not easy, So this cloning actually want to make sure that when we clone, does that mean the other one cloning, the being cloned one, will also get affected or not? Carry on.
After consulting with many independent scientists and experts in cloning, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, decided in January 2008 that meat and milk from cloned animals such as cattle, pigs, and goats are safe as those from non-cloned animals. The FDA action means that the researchers are now free to using cloning methods to make copies of animal with desirable agriculture trait, such as high milk production or lean meat. However, because cloning is still very expensive, it will likely take many years until food products from cloned animal actually appear in supermarket.
Do you dare to eat? Can you?
I mean, for at the start, no, but I'll wait for some people eat, give their opinion, then I'll do it.
Hey, doesn't mean other people eat, they got nothing wrong. They okay. You will not affect you. All right, now, can you?
I don't know, but then usually people they will give their opinion, and then I just roughly guess based off their opinion.
But the thing is, sometimes this type of food you intake to your body will affect all your organs. It might not take 1 day or 2 days. It might take 1-2 years later to see the effect. So what happened? You're also so lucky that you also follow suit. And then after 1-2 years, sometimes the result may not be immediate. It may take a while to see the effect of the clonings, of the effects might be positive, might be negative, might be maybe neutral, nothing wrong, as per it is. But then again, you can ask me, unless the world got no food, not enough supply, then no choice. Then I start to look into it and see how it will help me to make sure that this type of cloning of foods will help me to not only keep me away from hunger, keep me full, but away from illness and diseases of bacteria. Then I mean, so when you're writing the article, you have to tell and say that cloning no doubt have double-edged sword or whatever advantages and disadvantages. But the good side of cloning is that to be mass-produced food. And now with the FDA, they approved that cloning, those food are good. Well, depends. Thank you, Ali.
Another application is to create clones to build populations of endangered or possibly even extinct species of animals. In 2018, researchers produced the first clone of an endangered species, a type of Asian ox known as a gua. Sadly, the baby gua, which had developed inside a surrogate cow mother, died just a few days after its birth. In 2003, another endangered type of ox, called the banteng, was successfully cloned. Soon after, 3 African wildcats were cloned using frozen embryos as a source of DNA. Although some experts think that cloning can save many species that will otherwise disappear, others argue that cloning produces a population of genetically identical individuals that lack the genetic variability necessary for species survival.
So that means it's workable. Sorry. That means it's a workable, no? If this cloning is workable, that the cow can clone, and then after a few days, the calf die, and then a few days later or years later, 2 years later, they clone another ox, and it was successful. So that means that cloning is going to make possible that through trial and errors, through many failures, many setbacks, many unfortunate deaths of these animals, but nevertheless, we are close to success of cloning. Having said that, these clonings will be made possible if more and more scientists find the right combination solutions and whatever the chemistries and reactions to make cloning to be safe, to be creative, and also the most important, to make it not only safe and creative, but also make it expandable, exponential, make it more cheaper, so people can start to clone. The only things that maybe cloning food and animals is legal, but they have to make a law against cloning humans. If cloning humans is going to be legal, then that's another story, right? That will be very serious. Last paragraph. Sorry, I know you're eating. I cannot read anything. I read some more and will call. Are you ready, honey? Okay, hold on. Okay. I read. Some people also have expressed interest in having their decreased pets clones, deceased pets clones in the hope of getting a similar animal to replace the big one. I would like to do that, to be honest, I can't yet. If my dog were to pass away one day, I do have a dog. I don't want to clone another dog, seriously. But as shown by CC's the clone's cats, a clone may not turn out exactly the original pets whose DNA was used to make the clone. So it's 99.99% that it's accurate clone, exactly the same with the original. So maybe after all, cloning is not 100% perfect. It's a 99.9%. Back to you, Connie.
Wait, am I supposed to read? What are the potential drawbacks of cloning animals? Reproductive cloning is an inefficient technique, and most cloned animal embryos cannot develop into healthy individuals. For instance, Dolly was the only clone to be born, live out of a total of 277 cloned embryos. This very low efficiency combined with safety concerns presents a serious obstacle to the application of reproductive cloning.
So you see, hold on. So you see, no matter how it is, the clone itself is only workable at certain stage, at certain time. And it's also by luck, use it by luck, out of 277. What happened, these 270 is not workable, that means there will be no Dolly in the first place. But the scientists believe, you see, the good thing we need to learn from this cloning is that we're never going to give up on ourselves. Every time there's a setback and failures, they continue to improve the condition. They continue to improve the way of cloning. They continue to improve the techniques. So in life, we need to continue to improve as we go along. We cannot stop there. The moment you stop there means you are giving up. The moment you stop there means you're giving up hope. The moment you stop there, you are wasting all your effort that you've done. Unless you're so freaking sure that no way, I don't think whatever I do, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to stop the whole project. They've got nothing to say. But there's still some lights at the tunnel. Don't give up. Get on this.
Researchers have observed some adverse health effects in sheep and other animals that have been cloned. These include an increase in both in size and a variety of defects in vital organs, such as the liver, brain, and heart. Other consequences include premature aging and problems with the immune system. Another potential problem centers on the relative age of the clone cell's chromosomes. Such cells go through the normal rounds of division. The tips of the chromosomes, called telomeres, shrink. Over time, the telomeres become so short that the cell can no longer divide, and consequently the cell dies. This is part of the natural aging process that seems to happen in all cell types. As a consequence, clones created from a cell taken from an adult might have chromosomes that are already shorter than normal, which may condemn the clone's cells to a shorter lifespan. Indeed, Dolly, who was cloned from the cell of a 6-year-old sheep, had chromosomes that are shorter than those of other sheep her age. Dolly died when she was 6 years old, about half the average sheep's 12 years lifespan.
Oh, so that means if Dolly was being cloned by a 6-year-old sheep, that means the cloning effect will last only 6 years. So if I were to take a 12-year-old sheep and I clone Dolly, maybe he can last to 12 years old. So there's a possibility of saying that whatever you take from the original, you will last according to the original, the age, the health, whatever the chromosome they have inside the body, the way they preserve or kind of showing their ability to survive through this cloning is like, it all depends on the original, maybe. But as you know that we are getting aging populations, and hopefully with cloning, it can kind of replace more things for us. And more things means you pick up more space, more carbon footprint, pollutions, and all these things. So it all depends how, like you see, you realize, Kang Yao, when you're reading this, it's like a very biological reports. So in the future, if you want to study bio or chemistry or physics, when you're engineer or doctors or lawyer or whatever professional, you're going to write something like this type of reports using the right adjectives, the right adverbs, the right nouns, pronouns, collective nouns, proper nouns, okay, that kind of stuff. To make sure that this paragraph will, you see, any words that you choose wrongly or wrote wrongly, that's it. You might change the whole entire course of the whole explanation and report. What is the therapeutic cloning? Back to you.
What is therapeutic
No,
cloning?
sorry.
Oh.
Back to Tianyu, sorry. Thanks. Tianyu.
Therapeutic cloning involves creating a clone embryo for the sole purpose of producing.
Sorry, I'm coughing, sorry.
Producing embryonic stem cells with the same DNA as the donor cell. These stem cells can be used in experiments aimed at understanding diseases and developing new treatment for diseases. To date, there is no evidence that human embryos can be produced for therapeutic cloning.
Today, there is no evidence that human embryos have been produced by therapists. And you never know it. Thank you. There may be people doing those secrets, labs testing, or maybe underground lab testing that nobody knows secretly without proper government support, or maybe they are doing illegals like after they find out the truth, they will start to surface. I don't know, because now with technology, you can get any people, some scientists, some crazy scientists or researchers or doctors might want to do this to make themselves famous in a very illegal and not very indoctrinated ways of doing things. Carry on.
The richest source of embryonic stem cells is tissue formed during the first 5 days after the egg has started to divide. At this stage of development, called plastocyst or something like that, the embryo consists of a cluster of about 100 cells that can be any cell type. Stem cells are harvested from cloned embryos at this stage of the development, resulting in the destruction of embryo while still in the test tube.
You know your umbilical cord, no? You know where's umbilical cord, right? Yeah, when you and your mommy that time when you born, they cut away the umbilical cord, right? Right, honey, you know, right? Can you know? You know the umbilical cord, some of them preserve it. They keep it in a cold room, something like preserved by a bank. They call it a stem bank or something like. You know, this umbilical cord is so powerful that in case this baby in the future got any illness, disease, or anything, they can extract the cell, the blood from this umbilical cord from there, and then help to multiply the good cell to protect, like, you know, leukemia or whatever illnesses or disease that this child will get. So it's something like this. Okay, thank you. Carry on. Continue.
Researchers hope to use embryonic stem cells, which have the unique ability to generate virtually all types of cells in an organism, to grow healthily tissues. Oh, wait, never mind, my bad. To grow healthy tissues in the laboratory that can be used to replace injured or diseased tissue. In addition, it may be possible to learn more about molecular causes of diseases by studying embryonic stem cells from cloned embryos developed from the cell of animals or humans with different diseases. Finally, differentiated tissues developed from ES cells are excellent to test new therapeutic drugs.
So I signed because, you see, if they are so complicated, so many steps to take. You can imagine, imagine you're writing this article. Imagine you're doctors or instruments, write this article and break out into such a one paragraph to talk about the potential of therapeutic cloning. So are you support or not? So when you are putting your argument in the thesis, take note, especially you're doing a master's degree, you have to put your case study, your conclusions, your finding, your answer to be pleasing and accepted by your lecturer. So when you say this this paragraph here, saying that the uniqueness of us to generate certain cell, does it really help to improve the quality of the cell? Replace, like you see, tell you, sometimes you play your leg, your hand will get blue back, right? Correct, can't else. So I got blue back, right? So when you got blue back, that means the part of this part here, blue back. That means some of the cell is dated, die already, not dated, dead. Then some of them might be injured, still recuperating. So the rest of the army here will come and rescue you, take away the dead cell and the injured cell and replenish and make the skin back to normal again. So same thing like your cloning, it might be also hopefully one day this cloning can go in to not your body, to a cancer patient body and kill all the cancerous cells while maintaining the good cell. Is that possible? There is always a possible. It says that how fast this possibility can turn into reality. Okay, anything can be done. You see, like COVID-19 now, Tanya. When you know about COVID-19, that was 2020, right, Tanya, right? You're quite young.
2019.
Actually, 2020, beginning 2020. I think that time you only 26.
2020, yeah.
26.
Would
you feel frightened and nervous and worried what will happen? Because you see suddenly the whole bloody world all got death. Right?
Yeah. I felt okay.
You feel okay? Why?
Because the circuit breaker.
Bloody hell. Stay at home, only go school, right? Happy, right? Correct now. Is it true?
Yeah.
But you still have to do SLS, what?
Yeah, but with the comfort of my home.
And also good, you know why? Because at that time your PSLE got certain chapters were exempted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, speed was one of them, right?
Yes.
Speed, science,
Yeah,
math.
for PSLE, it's speed.
Math.
For math. English went on, no. I think everything else is normal because the others not that much, I'm not sure.
Science, I think
Science I don't remember. HR. Science,
adaptation.
I don't remember because science was like not the biggest one, but math we know because math the 2B was taken out a lot.
Oh.
But science was probably only like one chapter, but that didn't really matter. My science was a B.
No, science was a lot of science was taken out. They learn chemical equations now.
Bro.
In school science.
Yeah, all that, and I still get a B.
Okay.
It's fine.
Life is like that.
Because you're lucky I come here. You know, my student from India, she told me back in India, there are some of them, majority of them do not have laptop, do not have Wi-Fi. They miss lesson for one whole year. While those who are rich, who are affordable, they engage teacher from Singapore to teach them. That's the beauty of technology, right? Handling and doing. We link them. And guess what? I heard when the grandfather passed away, the ambulance came to took the body after 1 week later. Just because they got no money to pay or not enough money to pay for the ambulance service. This will not happen in Singapore, right?
Yeah, no. What? Wait. So where they keep the body if no one comes to pick it up?
At home, lor. Can you imagine the virus was spreading like that?
What?
Yeah.
This will never happen in Singapore. I know that.
I think less than 1 hour, go with the correct.
Nah, not even 1 hour lah.
No, give and take 1 hour maybe.
Can lah.
You see,
But very fast one.
So Kang Yao, thank God you born in Singapore. Imagine you born in other country like US that time. My rights, I don't want to put on mask. Remember the stupid story they had on Kang Yao? And what happened? Yes. They die about a few 100,000 people, right?
Yeah.
So I tell you, Kang Yao, sometimes too much freedom and too much the rights.
Oh yeah, North Korea also, bro.
Too much liberty, will sometimes that's now if you got the eyes to see already. Doesn't mean that the Americans are always got freedom when freedom is good. Then people will blame. Honestly, last time I was against China, seriously. Communist, restriction, no liberty. But after that, you see, sometimes it's good now that the government controls certain things like Singapore like that. If not now, you'll be out of hand and see so many people die. Do you remember in India, they do not have oxygen tank. They had to ask Singapore help to bring oxygen tank. A small country to supply a 5,000 years old history country. Oh my goodness. I'm so proud to be Singaporean. Carry on, I'll tell you.
Okay. Gene cloning is a carefully regulated technique that is largely accepted today and used routinely in many labs worldwide. However, both reproductive and therapeutic cloning raise important ethical issue, especially as related to the potential use of these techniques in humans.
So that means I told you right, you can clone any damn thing. But when it comes to clone human, are you okay? No, no. Okay, last part. Then you finish up for us. Thank you. Reproductive.
Where? Huh? Oh. Reproductive cloning will present the potential of creating a human that is genetically identical to another person who has previously existed or who still exists. This may conflict with long-standing religious and societal values about humans' dignity, possibly infringing upon principles of individual freedom, identity, and autonomy. However,
I agree.
autonomy.
I agree. Freedom, identity, autonomy. Seriously, I think I will never want to clone another Uncle Ravens. I would rather be myself. And if I need to die at a certain age, I need to go. I need to go. Okay, that's how the world works. That's how this entire human race is. Carry on.
However, some argues that reproductive cloning could help sterile couples' futures dream of parenthood.
Sterile the couples who fear their dream of parenthood. That means 那些 couple 不可以生孩子。Carry on.
Okay. Others see human cloning as a way to avoid passing on a deleterious gene that runs in the family without having to undergo embryo screening or embryo selection.
That means some family got some defects on their hereditaries, their genes. So some you realize some family they got a history of all the cancer. Then that means the guys when they hit certain age, the cancer will come in. Or to certain girls, certain illness will come in. Or maybe hair loss or depressions or menopause or things like that. Okay, carry on.
Therapeutic cloning, while offering the potential of treating humans suffering from diseases or injury, will require the destruction of human embryos in the test tube. Consequently, opponents argue that using this technique to collect embryonic stem cells is wrong, regardless of whether cells are used to benefit sick or injured people.
I will say I will reserve my comments whether cloning should be stopped or continue. But my take is that if the cloning is doing a good cause for the world, for the society, because of to kill cancer, to fight war against cancer, to fight war against diabetes, to fight war against dementia, to fight war against heart attack, to fight war against leukemia. Yeah, I think I would love to see cloning take place as soon as possible, so that you will reduce the pain and suffering of all these patients. Cloning, do it or not, or don't do it. Let's discuss. Do it, participant. Back to you, Hanning.
Do it, participants engage in interesting and meaningful discussions on our discussion list. We have a group of more than 175 do it house scholars, ambassadors, and mentors. Current mentors are typically practicing engineers and scientists or college students. Many mentors have disabilities themselves. Do it ambassadors, scholars who have graduated from high school and moved to post-secondary programs and careers, are peer mentors. The younger do it scholars and pals. Mentors help with academic questions, accommodation issues, career steps, and other important topics. The overall idea is that we support one another in setting and reaching personal, academic, and career goals. Earlier this year, group of participants engaged in a fascinating interactive discussion about cloning of humans that generated many responses involving science, engineering, and technology. Below are excerpts.
Yes. So who say cloning is no good? We use science. In fact, to this month, we're talking about war and cloning involves science, involve different technologies to make that. Just like cloning the dolly, the ships, is really a breakthrough in my opinion. Those a lot of arguments. There are two type of schools. One say yes and no, but nevertheless, I think cloning time will give us a better idea in the future whether should we help certain people through cloning to make their life better.
The topic of your message has been a hot potato in my biology classes this week.
So what is the hot potatoes? Let's go.
Study students are actively aware of this event and asking many questions ranging from how was it done to is this ethical? The tenor of our discussions has actually been quite positive. For moral reasons, I oppose human cloning.
I do. I against. What do you think, Kanyao? Do you agree or not agree? Do you support human cloning?
No.
I mean, it'd be cool.
Your answer yes or no? It'd be cool. I think
It would be cool.
I
can't say a definitive yes or no, but I'm just gonna say it would be pretty cool to see.
I got one hunting enough already. I don't want to have too many hunting. One 够了，哇，够我烦了。Okay, 开玩笑。How about you, Daniel? Do you prefer human cloning or do you oppose it?
I am honestly okay if anything.
No lah, yes or no lah. Cannot stand on
no.
No,
I'll oppose it.
Thank you. Number 3, Tanya.
Who are we to be Mother Nature? I think that if this fell into the wrong hands, it could be chaotic. Besides, if we clone humans for organs, are we going to kill them to take them out? Using human life to see another? Who decides who is more important? The scientific aspect of this is incredible. However, I just think that it could be used in more ethical ways.
So you see, recently Kanya got these celebrities. The wife took the wrong slimming pill and it affected her kidney. So certain part of the kidney, affected her liver. You know, liver, you can transplant liver, right? They cut away the liver, and the husband gave the liver to the wife there. And the liver slowly developed back to normal. Then the husband liver go again. Oh, that's a fantastic breakthrough. And another example is my auntie. My auntie got kidney problem, and one of her kidney cannot function, both kidney. Her husband, my uncle, give one of his kidney to his wife. So by telling, look at this. So are we right to take another humans to save another humans? Depends, right, Kanya? So imagine this person suddenly killed in a car accident, okay? And then his organs are still very good, can be used. Of course, we don't mind. That means that before he died, he signed a will that if I were to die, all my organs, if it's workable and good and healthy, will donate out. So this is good, right? Correct, Kanya?
Yes.
Oh? But then, because of this, I tell you, Kanya, they got this 贩卖人口 people who are taking kidnapped children out of the blue and use the children kidney to sell away and then throw away the children on the roadside or let them rot and die. See, so there's always this one. I would say very sensitive, right? So they will save life due to good cause, but there are people who make abusive and go and kidnap people and took out their organs forcefully. Without their permission, then that's wrong. Back to you, number 4, please.
I really felt strongly against cloning people after I read the book Brave New World. In this book, people are created to fit certain jobs. One of the greatest things about the United States is the diversity of people. With cloning, we could have many people who are exactly the same. Cloning an entire human being is just asking for trouble.
Yeah, I agree. I tell you, this one I like this one. It's very true. You don't want to clone another Donald Trump and Joe Biden or Kim Jong-un. Correct. Carry on. Do clones.
Do clones have rights? Better figure that out before we start cloning people.
Very true.
I believe that it is allowable to clone a human if the particular human is in medical need, such as a transplant.
You agree not? I think I agree. Huh? This one is good, right? It's true.
Yes.
That's very important. If not, that's it. Yeah.
Good point about using clones for medical purposes, but just as long as it doesn't go too far. Technology almost gives too many options if it ends up in the wrong hands. I'm all for cloning of a human being. Imagine having perfect genetic matches to any organs needed at any time. The average lifespans for humans will increase dramatically since most people die of failures of certain vital organs. The problem I could foresee would be the moral complications of the life of the clone. Should they be told that they are a clone? Should they just be used for spare parts? And how is it morally and ethically justifiable? Even though the person is a clone, they have a soul too.
I tell you, this one, hold on. I was mesmerizing by telling the vital organs, and this one changed, like what Tian Yu is saying, clone and I. So what happened, Kang Yao? Maybe there's in future there's a technology to clone another Kang Yao. But this Kang Yao, honestly, is not supposed to be walking along on the street like you. But this Kang Yao is cloned and then put in a bank, bank deposit.
Yes.
Deposit 放在那边。Then 如果大说你有什么事情 because of your organ, you can go to the bank and exchange the organ. Do you think it's a good idea? So for example, Uncle Raymond clone another Uncle Raymond. Then one day my kidney failure, but I got a spare already in a clone bank. I go there and take the kidney and replace, so I don't need to borrow from others. That means it's my own kidney. Do you think it's a good idea?
I think not really.
Oh, why?
I think it's not ethical that you take like another you're just killing yourself, basically. Like you kill yourself to make yourself live more.
Do you know? Okay, how about you, Hanling? Will you want to have another Hanling to spare part?
We'll probably just start a war by accident.
No. I want to clone you another Hanling and put in the clone bank. So touch with the Hanling, if you got any organs not working well or whatever reason, or you need transfusion of blood, do you want?
No. No.
Why?
Because that breaks the laws of physics.
Who give a damn about physics, man?
I do. I'm a physics fan.
Okay, how about you, Tian Yu? Will you? No. One. Okay, let's move on and see how it works then for next point. I will want to.
Is it wrong to create an exact copy of a whole person because I feel each person is an individual, and to go and copy them would be taking the individuality from them. Individuality from them.
Yeah, that's why I say you want to accept it now. It's because it's my own one. Do you know some of the people who got scar and burned from fire, they will cut a certain tissue from their body and graft it on their burnt skin. You know that, right? You know. You don't know? Seriously,
No.
for people who got burned, then they will cut the tissue. They usually take from the buttock. Okay, they cut the skin and then they graft it on the burnt skin. Then they start to marcoting and grafting.
Yeah.
That kind of things. It's seriously, go and Google it seriously. So there are some burn victims where face, their body was so bad. Then they'll cut certain part of skin and place it there, and then they take a while to grow because of the tissue. Then the tissue will grow. Can you your turn?
Okay. I don't think you can mess with God and his way. Not that I know this may seem harsh, but I just don't think you can mess with nature. Remember the movie Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
They killed that one dinosaur.
Yeah,
That's so
very
sad.
scary, oh. Yeah, carry on.
Now that the door is open, I can see that legislation is going to stop human cloning. I think that's back to all the fuss when Christian Barnard performed the first heart transplant, and many people said that it was not right. Placing someone's organ into another person, but look how everyday that procedure has become, with many types of organ transplant being completely acceptable. Is the fear of cloning mostly because people do not understand it?
Correct.
The
Exactly.
idea of cloning humans tends to bother me because I think some people might try to create the perfect society. However, this may be a good way to increase the population of endangered species.
You see, there's good and bad. Thank you. The last few points, Haling, carry on.
With my personal beliefs, I think it would be wrong to clone a human. In a society that grades people by whether or not they are perfect, let's face it, no one is. Some disabilities and/or handicapping conditions are visible and some are not. I feel that this will further complicate and hinder those that have already been a steep hill to climb. Who we are is not determined by our physical makeup, physically perfect or not, but by each and every thought we think that enables us to overcome each challenge we face in life and our ability to help others do the same. I think people are freaked out. It took me 20 minutes to dictate my fears. Maybe we need more time on this subject. As for restrictions, we should at least start with them. Cloning something new. We don't know the implications and so on. Best to start cautiously so we don't inevitably make a mess. It comes down to what you believe is morally and ethically right.
Yeah, correct. This one, boy, very, very important. You decide. So out of this 18 points, which one good, bad, or your thoughts? I think the last one is very, very true. I will choose the last one. I don't know about the rest of you. So what do you think about Kang Yang? 1 to 18? Maybe too many, you might forget. So I think the last one is the easiest.
I like the one say to make a perfect society.
This one here.
Yeah.
How about you, Ken, you and Honey? You and anyone to choose? Can you?
Choose what?
Which one do you think is good? Out of the
Must we be from the bottom or can I go to the top?
yeah.
Like around the top. I'm pretty sure it was.
This is point number 1.
Oh yeah, number three. The one I oppose human cloning.
Which one,
I mean, number two. Sorry, for moral reasons I oppose.
How about you, Haning?
Wait, sorry, what was the question again?
Which one out of the 18 points, which one do you think is really interests you and catch your attention?
The final point.
Final point, yeah, very true. It's down to your belief. So what you need to do now is, what is your thought on this? Cloning, do it or not? Just a simple one, okay, for this homework here. But meanwhile, can the 3 of you please complete now? By end of this month.
Complete which one?
This
The
one,
thing you just did.
this one here. Okay, so Kang Yao, you also have to do this.
Okay.
Okay. So Kang Yao, you have to do your title as well as your introductions. While Tian Yu and Haning, you can start doing on the wall one. Let's go. I go and look the pilot first.
Wait, what? We're doing this, not the other one. Oh, it's
My Zoom just straight up broke.
Wait. So hey, Chow, we just write this.
Yeah.
How are we meant to write a difference between wall and cloning when, or we just write separately or something like that? Okay,
What
never
do you
mind.
mean by how is supposed to write difference between one and cloning?
No, because you see how Cher separated all four of the thing. Do we just write separately, like wall and then cloning and then the effect of it and then how will it impact the wall?
Yeah, I think we write
Alright, I
something.
can.
Sorry guys, I went to go and spill out my phlegm and vomited up some phlegm. So sorry about it. Yes, I heard something. What you're asking me? Have you done already?
Nah, I got what I needed to ask.
Yes.
It's fine.
What you want to ask?
Just asking like we just write one each or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, wire call, cloning. Okay, can. Yeah, that's all I want to ask. Then I got it already.
Okay. How about Kang Yao? Have you come up your title already?
Yes, I'm coming it out.
Okay, thank you. The title is going to be very important because later you're going to write your wall cloning effect and impact. Remember, you're writing an article. Okay, effect and impact, your article. Should you be scared of cloning a wall? Okay, that's your title. Okay, your introduction, sir. This will be shared with all my Set 3 and Set 4 students later on. Ling, where are you?
My entire Zoom just lagged out, so I have to close my camera. I can't even see your videos.
Serious?
Yeah. This one
Restart.
I don't think it's necessary. I'm literally just writing.
Okay.
And you can hear my voice anyways.
Yeah. Okay, what's your introduction? Sorry. Oh, yo. Oh. Huh? That's like that only.
Wait, Joe, my introduction's already there.
Yeah, like that's your introduction.
Then
You
that's
have
not my introduction.
No, you already have introduction, my dear.
You already have introduction.
Yeah, but I'm looking for how Kang Yao.
Oh.
So when it comes to war, many example, yeah. Lor. Very simple. Once you finish the introduction and war, and then we want to do cloning, yes, because next week we have to finish everything with you. We got last lesson, so next week we have to finish all the whole things. So this is article for your audience to read. So you need not have to write very long. So Tian Yu, once you done your cloning, you can log off and say bye-bye. Okay.
Okay.
So Kanya, don't worry. If you cannot finish, you can send your article to me. I can cut and paste for you. Okay, because you're new, don't worry, don't stress. That's my handphone, okay, Kanya. Okay, you can write it down and say, hi, Uncle Raymond and Kanya. This is my introduction, my war and cloning. So, but at least how Kanya, at least finish your introductions. Then the war and cloning, if you got no time, you want to prepare for your WA, go ahead and log off and tell me, Uncle Raymond, that's all. Then send to me, then I can copy and paste to help you later on in your next lesson. Because next lesson will be the last lessons of this month, the topic of war and cloning, because the following months we are doing another new topic. Thank you. These are Adolf Hitler is capital A and D H. Then you proper nouns. Kanya, you got my handphone already,
Yes.
Thank you. I don't think most of you, I think for Kanya, you don't do this very often in Zoom chat. So actually, I'm forcing you to think within that few minutes, so that in the exam, you're forced to force yourself to think and come up immediate idea, so that you will not lose much in your writing, in your exam, in any exam. So this is called the force effect. You may not get it from other tuition centers, unless they also have some similar techniques to help the student to beef up their thinking on the spot.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah, I leave it to you. So
Yeah.
Hey, you got exam?
Huh?
You got exam tomorrow?
No, tomorrow is no school for me. But I still have to go back for a literature event.
How come no school?
I'm pretty sure most school or every secondary school should have something like one day they will just give you HBL or something, like you just do your work at home. They'll prepare work for you to do.
Okay.
But then I still have to go back to school for a literature event, because some Singapore writers for our lit book is gonna come to my school host, like our school is hosting a literature event where, and then some schools are coming, so I'm still going. I have to go back and help with the AV shit. I mean, not shit stuff.
Okay, come on, cool.
And also do that. But that one is like quite in the evening, like afternoon, like 1-2 o'clock.
Oh
so
my goodness, people stay at home, you go school, poor thing. Okay.
Yeah, but that one is only 2 o'clock. 2 to it starts at 3 to 5, and then 5 to 5:30 we are gonna get autograph if we want. So I'm gonna bring my book and get one.
Go.
And go. Alright, so nothing else, then I'm gonna go first. Bye, Cheryl.
Okay.
Bye, Cheryl. Goodbye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Okay, good night. Oh, you just sent Kang Yao, introduction, is it?
Yeah.
I just sorry, yeah. Is this one?
Yeah.
Okay, acceptable, but a bit short, but okay.
Okay.
You can do one walk, that's it. If not, I leave it to you. Ling, are you done?
I've only done my war part. I just sent it.
Yeah, I saw it, but you're cloning.
Still doing.
After cloning, you can bye-bye already. Good night to you. Kang Yao, after war, you can bye-bye and good night to you, okay? Then the
Okay.
cloning, you can do it, then you send the WhatsApp to me, okay? Can Kang Yao?
Okay.
So this is considered homework already, leh. This is considered homework already, so don't worry, okay? You don't do this often in Zoom, right?
No.
Okay. So you break your history already. You break your Olympic records. You see, within 5 minutes, you have to think, no? You have to think and then Google search, go and Google, chat GPT, whatever P you have, and then finalize what they are doing now. So far, so good, Ling. Because I can't see you.
Yeah.
So Kang Yao, already for your walk?
No.
Okay.
I just sent my paragraph.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, thank you. Give me a minute now before you log off. Make sure I complete it first. Whoa, that is super long. Always like to anticipate your answer. Thank you so much.
I log off now.
Huh?
I log off now.
Wait, give me a minute. I cut and paste first. Make sure it's correct. Right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, good night to you. Take care. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. Take care. You have to get used to it, Kang Yao. They have been with me for 1 year plus. So initially also very like blur, don't know what to do all the time. So yeah, once you get used to our freaking crazy way of doing things, they'll get it. So this is called multitasking. You see, how can your class do like that? Cannot, not very hard, right? Correct.
Yeah.
So this is where I don't even want to force you guys to do it. So that when you go to an exam, you will not go blank. You know what to do. You are forced to do it. It's like military training like that. Okay, of course, once you're ready, you send to agreements. We call it a day, and that's it. Oh,
Okay.
well done. Awesome, awesome. Let me paste it here. Oh my God. All right.